with The Rock being told by Vince McMahon that he wasn't ready for the big leagues, and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report for May 25th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official, and also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. With Theory as the US champion and Ricochet holding the Intercontinental title, Bully Ray would note on Busted Open Radio how WWE has made these belts feel unimportant. Here's what I want to tell you about the IC Championship. I seriously have no idea what they are anymore. I'm not sure why I should care about these championships anymore. I don't get it. Normally, the man or the woman makes the championship, or the championship makes the man or woman. Let's take the Intercontinental Championship, which is supposed to be the second most important championship in WWE. What is that championship doing for Ricochet? And what is Ricochet doing for the championship? When it comes to secondary championships, I think AEW is getting it right with the TNT title. I'm invested and interested in that championship because of the number of times it's changed hands. What it's doing to elevate guys, give us interesting matches. I don't get it with the IC Championship and the United States Championship. Speaking on his podcast, Jim Cornette talked about Cody Rhodes' promo from Raw last week, where he said the American Nightmare is perfect for WWE. This is the atmosphere for Cody Rhodes. He's a genuine sports entertainer in the entrance, the Cody countdown, and the presentation for this audience, and he's so well spoken. Right now, he is Vince McMahon's dream of a talent. He looks good, he wears a suit, he dresses up, you can push him as a star, and he goes out there and he delivers verbally, and he can work. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, AEW star Ricky Starks revealed on Busted Open Radio that Rhodes is still the first person he goes to for wrestling advice. It's gonna be Cody. I have people I'm able to go to. It still is Cody. There is nothing wrong with saying that. I don't really have that type of relationship back there in AEW. There are people I can talk to for sure, but it's not in terms of taking me under their wing. Sting is a person I talk to with stuff outside of wrestling. Sanjay Dutt is a producer I talk to, and I like Sanjay a lot because he understands me, and that's all I've asked for from the people, is to understand me as a person, and he does. Jericho I've talked to get advice, but there isn't anyone to go to and sit there and pick their brains because I don't feel like I have that relationship just yet. It's not because of me, it's just how it is back there, and that's cool with me. As she was released from WWE in November of last year, Mia Yim has now made a return to pro wrestling for Impact. She recently told Denise Salcedo that she wants to retire in this promotion. The fact that they straight up asked me what I wanted to do says a lot. And then the fact that they actually went about and did it, it was like, I want to retire at Impact. This is where I want to stay forever at this point. So it was definitely a different feeling. I felt like I was being heard and listened to. They really took my ideas and like even little tweaks. They asked, hey, how do you feel about this? It was like, really asking me, so it's nice to feel like I'm respected as a human. The Twitter account Kenny69MeDon posted a video yesterday showing Sonny Kiss first talking about joining AEW in 2019. Now it's been nearly 600 days since she's had a match on national television. Sonny would respond to this writing, I'd be lying if I didn't say this reminder made me shed some tears, but I'm trusting the process. I still believe AEW is for everyone. One day my time will come again, but right now I'm just trying to do my best and enjoy the ride. With him set to face Shawn Spears in a steel cage match this week on Dynamite, Wardlow told Inside the Ropes about his goals outside pro wrestling, and now obviously going on to acting in Hollywood. Not many people can do that, so to be compared to that is awesome, because that's what I want to be. I want to be one of those guys down the road that you can count on one or two hands. I want Wardlow, the name, in the mix. When you're talking about Batista, when you're talking about John Cena, when you talk about Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, you're going to be talking about Wardlow as well. During a conversation with Forbes about the walkout of Sasha Banks and Naomi on Raw, former AEW Women's Champion Britt Baker said she'd love to face Sasha at some point. Since it's a pretty hot topic right now, I'm going to say Sasha Banks. I think she's one of the top draws in all of WWE. She's such a superstar. She's such a good wrestler. She's definitely somebody that I would love to wrestle. Baker would also note today on Twitter that she is having trouble making it to Las Vegas, writing, "Currently on my third attempt in the last 24 hours to get to Vegas for Dynamite. No bags and most importantly, no spray tan. AEW, if this doesn't scream conspiracy." Despite it being said by the Wrestling Observer that AEW did not have the best presentation during the Warner Discovery upfront, it seems those executives will be there for Dynamite, with AEW President Tony Khan telling the Sports Media Podcast. I'm very excited because we're at the Kia Forum Arena in Inglewood, California next week, and I'm really just honored, and it's a great privilege for us because a lot of the top executives from Warner Bros. Discovery are going to be at the Forum. We're throwing a great event for us afterwards in the Forum with a lot of the people in AEW. We're going to hang out, and that means the world to us, getting to know each other better. While he was set to face Davey Richards at Warrior Wrestling 22, the champion Will Ospreay will not be able to compete with the promotion, given this statement to Wrestling Inc. Due to the ongoing treatment and recovery from the severe kidney infection that left him hospitalized a few days ago, Will Ospreay will not be appearing at Warrior Wrestling 22 in St. Louis this Saturday, May 28th. We've been monitoring the situation daily and just spoke with Will. He was hoping to recover in time, but it is simply not possible. Will sends his best to all Warrior fans. Warrior Wrestling will be announcing additional talent for the card shortly. Stay tuned. Taking to Instagram, the man known as Damien Sandow in WWE, Aaron Stevens, revealed that his upcoming match at an NWA event will be his last. This match against Trevor Murdoch at Always Ready, my swan song as it were, not only marks the finale of an unparalleled wrestling career, but the dawn of a new age. When I first left wrestling, the business experienced one of the biggest lulls in its history, since returning my presence has not only proven a blessing to fans everywhere, but the entire industry has been better off because I was a part of it. After June 11th, I will keep the wrestling fans, all staff, the competitors, and the entire industry in my thoughts and prayers going forward, as they all proceed without me. Thank you. Recalling his feud with Bray Wyatt and their Ultimate Deletion match, Matt Hardy revealed Vince McMahon's reaction to the bout on his podcast. I do remember they were very pleasantly surprised that it did do that good of a number. I do remember whenever we were there watching it at the venue, they were having the live show, and then whenever the match before us ended, they just put some other segment in there for the live crowd. They didn't play it on the Titantron. I do remember earlier that day, they played in the production meeting, the Ultimate Deletion for the writers and coaches and producers. There was a standing ovation at the end of it, and I remember Vince was like, I hope that means it's good. I just don't get it. I don't get it. As he said that, I remember somebody told me Vince said in the production meeting, I'll tell you this, if this ends up doing a good number, I feel like I'm not on the pulse anymore. If this ends up doing a really good number, I need to change the way I do business because I'm not on the pulse anymore. It was also very frustrating. The line that was fed to Michael Cole right from the jump, kind of downplaying it already, so that was very frustrating and disappointing as well. Taking to Instagram to promote the season finale of Young Rock, Dwayne Johnson revealed what the WWE chairman told him after the initial meeting. The handshake. My first sit down with WWE chairman Vince McMahon, played by the great Adam Ray Comedy. I was 25 years old and had $7 in my pocket, but at least I had a shitty haircut and mom jeans. After my first match ever, Vince flew me to Stanford to say, you got a lot of potential, kid, but you're not ready for the big leagues of WWE. I'm sending you to Memphis. Go learn the business. Learn how to to work and learn how to talk on the mic. I looked him in the eyes and said, yes sir, thank you Vince for this opportunity. I just want one shot. Over the years, Vince and I have done big business together, generating a lot of box office. Every deal with Vince has always been closed, with looking him in the eyes and shaking hands. My handshake means everything to me. It's my word, my currency, and it's just as good as my signature. Thank you Vince for the early guidance, mentorship, and seeing the potential in that mom jean wearing bad cut having punk kid. Young Rock season finale, tonight 8 p.m. on NBC. After posting a photo about a charity event set to go down on Friday, Alexa Bliss would deal with a fan online that apparently talked about killing her and her husband. The fan wrote, "Do you have anything to say?" Alexa would reply, "I do have something to say. I saw the DM you sent to people saying you were going to shoot me and my husband yourself. Those screenshots have been turned in." Being asked about the upcoming in-ring return of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner had this to say about it. "Ric Flair ain't no old friend of mine. I would kill him in the ring. I'd destroy him. Yeah, everybody wants to see him get beat up." Of course, that in-ring return is said to be Flair's final match, as he'll team with FTR in a 6-man tag match against the Rock and Roll Express and a mystery partner. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.